On right now. All right, guys, how you doing? This is the red. I'm sorry, I got messed up at the beginning there. Um, it's the red pill dispensary. So, I've been excited to do this show. This show is going to involve something different than we've ever done, basically. What this show is going to be is and right now, there's not that many people. The thing is, the show was originally scheduled for like 45 minutes ago, maybe even a little bit longer. So, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I know people will watch it tomorrow. So, I'll just go regardless. Okay. So, yeah, like tonight's been like a nightmare. Personally, it's like my daughter, I don't know what she like fell asleep really early. Now she's like so awake, and it's the middle of the night. It's almost like she fell asleep too early. And now she's like, oh, she's going back to bed now, but still. Anyways, okay. So the difference about this show is going to be, is I'm playing Devil's Advocate in this show, and now, uh, the reason I'm doing it is obviously because I've seen a few things where I went, hmm. There was a couple press conferences that made me go, hmm, and it worried me. Um, there's been some small stuff that's worried me. There's been some things that I know are on the books that, like laws that they could take off that they haven't. I don't like it. And now, really, most of this stuff just lately. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm like a 99.9% love what Trump does, right? Maybe not that high percentage, but basically always do. Love him. I think he's just great. He knows how to command the room. He's an alpha. He knows how to do it. He gets it done. He doesn't just talk about it. He does it. He's very good at delegating. He finds the best person for the job. He's not scared to go through a million people to get the right guy. And sometimes the right guy is the most loyal guy. His administration reminds me of like the Nixon administration. You know what I mean? Like, you know, uh, he was big on loyalty too. And well, they eventually got him. So I guess he had a reason to be like that. So what I'm gonna be showing you in this show is a few things that I saw in a press conference. And this press conference was about we're waiting for it, right? Didn't like what I heard. Didn't like the demeanor. Out of nowhere, he's like, "I have an important call. I gotta go." And this is like the biggest. This is like the big story. It's a big announcement. Operation Warp Speed, right? And then he's like, "I have a big call. I gotta go." And of course, all the reporters they're yelling stupid questions. Someone should have just been like, like we want to hear your opinion. And his opinion was actually he did kind of give it. It was really it just hit me the wrong way, right? And if you've been with me a while, I follow. And by the way, the letter, the number, whatever, if you look at the page, if you've been keeping up, they go by the Midnight Riders now, like Paul Revere. So the Midnight Riders, you know, I trust them 100%. But and the thing is, the reason I trust it is because I know the information is 100% legit. It's accurate. There's like when you're in the military and especially in the intelligence field, there's like certain acronyms and certain things that you say and the way you say them. Everything they do is on point. Like people haven't even realized like the full brilliance of it. And I've been finding out so much just through the times. Now I know that you can do the deltas, the difference between the time, and it'll match exactly. It'll be like whenever Trump tweets, Q had already tweeted a minute before, or something like that. And anyways, you take those two maths, you subtract them, and all of a sudden that'll be the time of the next Q post. I haven't fully figured out the system. I just know that there's a system. I'm telling you, if you're like one of those guys like me who looks at patterns, and which is why I was a cryptologist, and by doing that you get a top secret clearance and everything, sensitive compartmentalized information clearance with the polygraph. And I don't like even talking about that because I feel like people kind of like, ugh, they don't want to hear it. I get it. Sometimes I don't want to hear like crap from people like that, but I'm just saying I have credentials. If you're new to the channel, I've showed them live many times. Had them confirmed by other channels. Anyways, so I know the lingo. It makes sense. What they say comes true. I mean, go back to 2018 and read it. It'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. Everything that's happening. And now, the number one reporter, John Solomon, his Twitter goes down. There's so much stuff I want to talk to you guys about on, like, our front. But I think it's important in order to really, like, sharpen our swords. Because you know that right when our show... Now this, I'm not sure about. This is, like, stretch a little bit. As soon as we finished our show, literally, as soon as we finished our show, Q put out a post, and it said, I said the letter. Damn. Midnight Rider. Shit. Olivia, please. Alright, so Midnight Rider said, I just swore to. So the Midnight Rider, he had, right when we finished, he put it out, and it said, something Patriot, and then it said something like that. And then it said, information warfare. You know what I mean? And it was right when we finished our show, and then the seconds was 55, almost like a 5x5, like a confirmation. So I found that interesting, and the only reason I even have the nerve to pretend that he even pays attention to the show is one, because we have broken like so much stuff for a show with the subs we have. I mean, I've lost thousands of subs from fighting with people. I mean, I'll stand up for what I believe in. But no, it's earlier. We all of a sudden when the team wasn't around for what was it, like 72 days, like a long time. Nobody knew. No one had any information. All of a sudden, someone comes in my room anonymously and said that they're coming back in 1 hour. And so I didn't really believe it, but the guy kept on writing. He seemed like a serious dude. And so I said it. I said, hey, well, you know what? According to, we'll see. They were on in 45 minutes. So we were the only channel that had that. That's a small one compared to some of the other ones. I don't even want to go through the whole thing, but there's so much. All the Mormon girls, they thought they were dead, they were really alive, but they didn't want the people who were doing it to know that they knew they were alive, and the salesman didn't save them. They were getting raped. This whole group of girls and a bunch of children, and women got killed, a bunch of crazy stuff, and we had that information. I made 5 shows on that because I have sources, and then also, the patent for Bill Gates. You tell me anyone who got it before me, and alright, you know what? I don't like doing this. I shouldn't do this, but I could go for a long time. No one wants to hear that. It's hard for me to play devil's advocate, right? But I'm going to do it, and it's going to be easier because I'm going to actually play what he said and what I don't like. All right, so number 1, Kushner. I do not like Jared Kushner. What is up with this dude? He has like Antichrist written all over him. Like, they're making historic flights, like the first flight. Like, this is what's very important, as far as, like, the Bible. Because a lot of this is biblical, as you can tell where I'm at. I'm in purgatory here, alright? Look at this, alright? So, that's why I put it up, because, like, a lot of these guys, Matt. So, anyways, they have the 70 years. Is that the Jubilee? What's the Jubilee? 50? I think the Jubilee's 50, so 50, 70. Like these important milestones. And like all these milestones are hitting now since Israel was created, since they signed it. 1947 was a big one. 7-year war, all this stuff. So I guess there's like some Jubilee coming, and it's like at an odd time. And Kushner, he took the first flight that landed in Israel that crossed Saudi airspace and Yemen airspace. It was almost like a FU. They did like a loop in there. Because Trump took out the Saudis way a long time ago. Actually, Obama was doing dirt with the, I think it was the who was supposed to end up being the prince. And then all of a sudden, about like 30 princes mysteriously died in a bunch of weird ways. And they were going to get the guy who ended up becoming prince and winning, MDS. And, that's Vegas. I'm not going to say anything further. I think you get that. There's footage of them rushing him out. His enemy happened to own the top 3 floors where the guy who was, alright, the body cam is lost and so, something like that, some BS with that. The whole thing's reeks. So, but, in the end, it works for us. He owes Trump. He'd be dead. Trump basically made him prince. Like, Trump's done amazing stuff. But it's almost like so much sometimes you wonder. And then when it comes to Midnight Riders, it's all coming together. And I'm just going to say this because I've said it before, but now that like it's just like I am extremely sure of what's to come. Put it that way. You know what? We'll look at some of that stuff. I want you guys to see what I'm seeing. So, but anyways, first, what if now for those of you guys who know what Dwave is, basically it's like instead of bits, they have qubits. Now, qubits are capable of something that a bit can never do. It's like it could be a 1 or a 0, whereas a bit is either a 1 or a 0. So, now when we're talking qubits, like, there's a certain number that you have. And, like, for instance, the models, let me think. So we had the 520? 520? No, 520. I think it was a 520. No, let's pull it up. It's very interesting. It's crazy. Honestly, it's freaking nuts. All right. Hopefully this. Why isn't it? What did I do? I gotta do this one. Okay. So. Oh yeah, scientists play God, exactly. Let me see what's going on. Yep, and so so you took the words out of my mouth. That I'm kind of like slow playing it, but exactly that's where I was heading. So basically, the fact that these qubits can do what they do, and what CERN has found with the particle accelerator, it proves, not like suggests or probably, it proves, like there's no way around it, that that multiple dimensions exist. There are multiple dimensions. Also, when they found the God particle, as they call it, and the reason they call it the God particle is because it could almost be like evidence of God, and I think it is. And we're not supposed to be able to know. But something like that, it's so subtle, I think it makes sense. And what they found was no matter would exist. Like, for instance, right now, I would just disintegrate. Every planet would disintegrate. Nothing would hold together unless there's something watching it. So what they found was they would collide particles and they would just into, like they wouldn't hold together. The, the molecular structure wouldn't hold together. Then when it was observed, they they actually hit and made, they're doing the electron. I think they're making something by causing this crash, um, which is extremely friggin' dangerous, by the way. They're the ones with the statue of Shiva outside. They had like the the fake mock sacrifice in front of it. Friggin' crazy stuff, man. And then when you add in artificial intelligence, and I'm telling you, D Wave, that is the one I'm worried about. Now I know that Gordy Rose is all about his other thing now, but this D Wave, they say. All right, so what was the numbers? I used to know. I knew all the numbers by heart. It goes up to all right. So it goes up to 1028. So half of 1028 would be 514. Is that right? So it was like the 514 model or something like that, or is it the 496? I used to know the numbers by heart. But anyways, every time, and by when I say a number, that's how many qubits there are. Now, they reached a couple years ago a point where it's like so ridiculous. Like it's nothing that we could even fathom how quick this can compute. The problem is it can only do one problem at a time and it has to be specific. Now, there was a big breakthrough recently. They found out that you can use electric resonance in order to create that a reaction that causes the electron to do what it does. All right, so with this electric resonance, they just found this out. Look it up. I'll show it. They just found this out. So it sounds like boring, but this is like crazy. So they find out that the electric resonance actually works better than magnetic resonance, which now this thing it's leaps and bounds. Now, of course, they already found this out probably like 2 years ago. They're just making the announcement now that they potentially got us by the balls. D Wave, qubit I'm good. Okay. I hope you guys didn't leave. Okay. Lost my train of thought. What was my train of thought?
Mommy, Daddy.
Shoot. Anyway, so the D-Wave, it's just gonna keep. By the way, when I went away, could you guys like read that stuff for me? You know what? I think I clicked the wrong stream and made it so that you guys you guys couldn't. I'm sorry. Maybe you could see it though. Anyway, so the qubits, that's a big problem. The artificial intelligence, and basically what this stuff is gonna be able to do, it's gonna be able to trick you.
Yeah.
It's a good point. See, I'm just, I'm a realist, like this is such a, I would leave it up, it's just such a big one. That was for the Jubilee 50, correct. Thank you. So the reason I feel like this is just, I know that what they're doing at Midnight Riders, we're gonna go over there and look, it is so on point. It's legit. I don't care what anyone says. It's been around for years. They can't take it down. All right, they're finally starting to ask the question to the president about it, and it's just they're not going away. So, that's so much better with the info. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. This is what I hate. You know what I do? I always start a show and I kind of just say, hey, yeah, boo. I'm almost a half hour in. I'm really getting into it. Let's get into it, huh? Okay. All right. So I want to first let me show you what I'm talking about and what's concerning me. Olivia, I cannot believe that you, Amanda. What's up? But still, she's in here like literally this mic, and she's throwing pearls like. So let's see what you guys think before I get into my spiel. Alright, thank you guys for waiting around for me, man. I'm sorry, but I was trying to, as you can tell, it's like impossible for it to, it's not gonna happen. Well, it'll happen, just. Alright, so CERN needs to be up, agree, it's all a game.
Now you are done.
Cut off. No, yep, so I'm here. Okay, so imagine that they were to use that technology against us. And think about it. Who would be their number one target? Do that. Okay? No. Olivia, I know that you want to. Olivia, hey. Olivia, it makes a lot of noise. And I'm like, please. You gotta go in there. It is so late. Amanda, what is the issue? Is it because she's like not feeling well or something? She's not feeling well? Olivia, go. Well, she needs to go. Oh, she can't be acting like this. Alright, thank you. Appreciate that. So, alright, so she's the pearl slamming on the ground. So, okay. Thank you. Alright. Listen how loud it is. This mic picks up stuff from like it sounds like you're right next to me. Alright, sorry guys. It's a live house. That's one of the things that people actually like about this show sometimes. Others not. But a lot of people, that's kind of it's a real house, real family. It's gonna be real noise. I love you, baby.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see here. Alright, so got that done. Alright, so I want to show you guys, this shit. This did not feel right. So I want you guys to imagine right now, what if, and I feel so bad, you know, after getting the potential shout out, but I'm just saying, in order to sharpen our swords, we have to look at what our true vulnerabilities are. Like, when I look at the left, like, I really sit there and wonder, like, how can they believe any of this? Like, I try to find things where, like, okay, I can see that. And there are things like that. But what they're talking about in this election, there's not. They're not talking about the issues that, you know, made me want to liberal, you know? It's different. It's weird. It's dirty. It's, ugh. And the thing is, they would never, like, admit the truth about this, you know? Oh, I got 2 videos up. God damn. Oh man, I can't believe I just said that. I gotta be careful. I'm all, oh man, hat on. Okay, I'm a Catholic. Well, no, I'm not a Catholic. I grew up Catholic, born again Christian. Okay, so this is where we're gonna go. It's all on the official White House. Where is it? Why isn't it showing? Oh, it's doing that thing to me. Like this. Why is this acting? You guys see that? How that just went down? Come on, they got it. They gotta get it. Come on. You gotta understand. I'm looking for the White House. Alright. Yeah, so here we go. Watch this, guys. Now, we're not gonna, like, play whole things, but I'm gonna play some stuff that I didn't like his demeanor. I didn't